podcast. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts alongside Benjamin Huang.
Hello.
Yeah, and now we're watching round 2 of the Modern Championship.
Yeah. I think
Jason Leaper on the right, Wilson Teo on the left.
Batman on the right.
Batman, yeah. I'm Batman.
That's not bad actually.
Yeah.
So it looks like Batman is on some kind of Infect. Yeah. And it looks like Wilson is on a blue, white, red kind of Jeskai control deck.
Alright, let's.
Pretty good matchup for Wilson, I think. So long as he draws the right parts of his deck, which is always the problem when you're playing a control deck.
I think generally every deck that you play, you kind of want to draw the right cards at the right time. Lands
true.
included. Yeah.
Well, sometimes like with the Death Shadows deck that we saw last round, you have a lot of very homogeneous kind of threats. They all contribute to the same game plan. In this matchup, Wilson wants to draw less counter magic and more removal.
Okay.
So, yeah, Jason gets the ideal start with Hierarch into Inkmoth Nexus, which means that his opponent can only interact with his creatures on Jason's turn when he activates. But he plays a Blighted Agent and leaving the Hierarch open to presumably protect against any kind of removal.
Mm-hmm.
This is the ideal situation for the Infect deck because you want to have more than one threat at a time.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jason gonna be able to untap.
Alright, so I got the deck list here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wilson playing just Guy
Nahiri
control
deck,
with
yeah.
the Nahiri. Shall we just call it just Guy control?
That's fine. Just Guy control is fine.
Alright, and Jason is running the
With slip
just the blue green version of Infect. So
Jason gets in for it's attacking with the Blighted Agent. I wish I could see Blighted Agent, and
with
he's
the
playing
mutagenic growth,
Mutagenic Growth.
but that gets met with a Path to Exile.
Path to Exile in response.
Okay, but
Are you gonna play Overwatch? No. Is it?
My laptop's down, so but this
Maybe
one's
the
okay.
wireless.
So
Maybe it's the wireless.
no, but this is wireless.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So he's playing Path on the
Justice has gone
on the Blighted Agent, and he's kicking a Might of Old Crowsar, Vines of the Vastwood to protect against the Path.
All right, nice.
So he's gonna get in for 6 total, I believe.
Wow, that is 1-1-2-2
4.
Yeah.
6.
Did he pay for the mutagenic growth? I think he paid live for the mutagenic growth. So that's actually
so that's 8.
8 damage. 8, yeah, 8 in fact.
And that's a quick game. So we might need to line up another set of games for.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Do we really?
So this is very different from our Wednesday. You got a lot more.
Very, very different. So yeah, Jason gets off to quick start.
Quick win.
Mm-hmm. Well, just Guy control. I think if you got the right cards in your hand, it becomes a very powerful deck.
Even more so than like as you were suggesting, a aggressive a deck with an aggressive game plan, because you need to draw the right parts of your deck. Like you could see how so much of Jason's or Wilson's hand was made obsolete by the fact that Jason could just kill him on turn 2 or 3.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the sideboards. Jason here is running 3 Nature's Claim, 2 Twisted Image, 2 Dispel, 1 Spell Pierce, 2 Dismember, 1 Viridian Corruptor, 2 Vapor Snag, 1 Pulse of Murasa, and 1 Relic of Progenitors. I think the Pulse of Murasa is quite interesting here. Probably to get back the Inkmoth Nexus and gain you some life while you're playing against the any sort of burn deck.
Yeah, I disagree. I think you just bring in the soft permission. The Pulse of Murasa, it's just gonna run into
I'm just saying that the Pulse of Murasa is a very interesting choice.
I think you can bring in.
Well, you want to probably bring in the Twisted Image because likely that your opponent will be bringing in a the 0-4 Spellskite, yeah.
Yeah, well, you look at Wilson's sideboard and he doesn't have a Spellskite in the sideboard. I think it's fallen out of favor because there's not a lot of Splinter Twin anymore. Okay. So there's no real need for a Spellskite, and especially in this kind of deck. I think the cards that Jason has to be worried about is not necessarily. I'm not necessarily sure if it's on his radar at all. Is it Static Caster?
Wow.
out of his
Okay,
sideboard.
that is very random.
Yeah. Well, it's not. I don't think it's random at all. Actually, I think it's very
Is
good
that
against.
Telecaster
Really good
is-
against Collector Company. It's really good against anything with Young Pyromancer.
It's actually very good
elves?
against elves and
Any kind of, like,
any
Death and
form of
Taxes.
token.
Any kind of white base Ada Vial deck. It's decent against It's decent against
What's-
Merfolk because it helps take the shield off Kira
Oh yeah. That's
and
true.
all that kind of stuff. So it's a good card. I'm not sure Jason's gonna be playing around it. On Wilson's end, I think he's gonna bring in maybe the Engineer Explosives and possibly the Crumble of Dust. Very probably the Anger of Gods.
But don't you think Crumble to Dust is a little slow?
Crumble
well,
of
it
Dust
helps to get rid of,
answers Ingmouth Nexus.
Yeah, but he's got
Yeah.
more. I mean, he's got other answers to Ingmouth Nexus.
I would-
Lightning Bolts, Path to Exiles.
I
Lightning
don't.
Helixes.
You'll be
Electrolyte.
surprised how tapped you are for those cards, especially if you can play something on your turn that doesn't get answered
Okay.
by a pump spell. I think that's preferred. But yeah, it could be something that's not in his ballpark, not in his range.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jason going to mulliganing, and I think Wilson keeping his hand quite quickly.
Would you bring in the Dispels and Spell Pierce? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's,
definitely bring in the Dispels and Spell Pierce
Yeah, just
if
to protect all you guys. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. Since you are more mana efficient than he is,
Yeah.
I think he might be fooled into bringing maybe the Nature's Claims or Twisted Images, thinking that he has Spellskite. So he's gonna be disappointed.
Yeah. Oh, you need to restart the
The
modem?
whole thing, our side, we can't connect.
Oh,
Same.
okay.
You can connect.
Well, on the stream it says connected, but here it's not. Just restart lah. Yeah. It's okay. We're still recording. Yeah, you can find all our stuff on the interwebs on YouTube.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Wilson fetching at end of turn. Jason passing with. So you see, Jason brought in the Twisted Images. So Jason passing with blue mana open, representing some kind of counter magic, but really he's interested in cycling Twisted Image. But Wilson's deck not inclined to have a lot of creatures, so not something that's going to be easily cyclable. I think Jason's hand looks to be pretty weak for this matchup. Usually having Ingmouth Nexus is it's a plus. It's super beneficial, and so he's gonna be able to play Blighted Agent. Playing one creature every turn, I don't think is gonna be enough against Wilson's deck.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna
Wilson
be able to
do it.
answer every single threat that you play.
But he's just gonna pass the turn.
That's smart. So he's gonna pass the turn and wait till he has
mana up
backup.
to-
Yeah, to be able to cast Blighted Agent and cast Vines on any potential removal spells.
Yeah.
And this is where the Infect deck is a very punishing deck because you can often catch out players who are greedy. So, say if he were to play Blighted Agent and Wilson goes for Electrolyze, and then he can protect it with the Vines of Vasswood, and then Wilson has his defenses down. But Wilson misses a land drop,
Oh, okay.
presumably
Alright, so
prioritizing. Yep, and you
Both
can
of them
see.
missing land drops, yeah?
You can see his hand is very well suited to beat singular creatures every turn, right? Because Wilson can just trade Lightning Helix for your creature, Lightning Bolt for your creature, over and over until he gets to a point where he can start rebuying things with Snapcaster, and he has a way to look at your hand and control what you draw.
Actually, something very interesting about Jason's sideboard that he doesn't run Wild Defiance. I think Wild Defiance in matchups like this are actually very it's actually a very good card. Unfortunately, he is.
So he's playing a Snapcaster at the end of
Right,
Jason's turn.
very-
He's just gonna beat him down with it, and that makes a lot of sense because you've seen with Wilson's hand. You know that he has basically like 9 points of burn and a Vendetta click in his hand. So with him paying life to that guy Taxian Probe, and it's very much possible that
he
Jason will get burnt out. He only needs to he's in a position to lose right now, right? Because he goes.
Wilson has like 2 lightning bolts and 1 lightning helix. Which is
Jason very happy that he gets to cycle his Twisted Image now because his opponent finally has a creature in play. But that aside, I don't like Jason's position here. Oh,
Interesting. Decides not to. Verdant Catacombs, bring him down to.
Now playing thinking about playing the Blighted Agent. I think you think you have to. This is like probably the last turn you have. Oh, this is
man, no, he just decides to
this
pass
is,
the
seems
turn.
pretty loose. Oh,
Yep.
and Wilson choosing not to pull the trigger. If I'm Wilson, I bolt.
Start burning, right?
Yeah, I bolt my opponent because
That's
that means that if he cracks that fetch land and he takes this hit from the Snapcaster, he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Twisted Image, it's interesting. So
Wow. Okay, this is
yeah, taking one instead of two,
interesting
drawing
line
a
of
card.
play.
Yeah.
Going down to 11 instead.
Would you have fetched for Dryad Arbor to block the Snapcaster?
Well, I don't
And then
think
if he
it'll be worth
goes
it.
if he goes for a bolt, like a way to kill it, you can pump it in response and then.
That's right, but
Yeah.
kind of a waste though.
So now he's on 10, and Wilson actually has him dead if nothing else happens. So Wilson can actually mana leak, Jason's next threat.
Which means,
Play Lightning Bolt on targeting his opponent, and then attack with the Snapcaster, and then play Helix and Bolt and kill him.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I like Jason's choices. This game, like he had to get the ball rolling.
Earlier, right?
Yeah, he had to get some
you'd
momentum.
you'd have to at least get your opponent to commit some
Yeah.
spells.
And without
commit
Wild
some
Defiance,
removal.
there's nothing that you're really drawing to that changes the way the game fundamentally plays.
Yeah, exactly. You having two Vines of Basswood in hand, not gonna help much.
I mean, it does help, but not enough to that it's gonna, change the way that you play. The Spell Pierce helps because now he can fight back on the presumed mana leak with the Spell Pierce.
Yeah. Alright, so
I'm guessing this is the
Agent,
best position for you to play a mana leak is soon.
Do you have the? Does he have the?
He
mana
has a
leak?
mana leak.
Oh,
He knows
okay,
it from
so
the
he's just gonna
Gitaxian Probe.
cast- Right. Oh, he had the mana leak from earlier on. Okay,
Yep.
so he just cast it.
And he's gonna play
be
Spell
met with
Pierce.
Spell Pierce. That's okay. Just let it go.
Which is fine. The agent resolves. If I'm Wilson, I still bolt my opponent to the face.
Yeah. You force him to try to
No.
trade off. No, sheesh.
No,
No, the
yeah,
Vines
yeah.
of
Okay,
Basswood.
okay. I mean, that's okay. Wilson's not losing per se, but
It just takes him longer to get there. Yeah.
yeah, it takes him longer to get there. And he could.
So he's just gonna try bolt it again. Alright,
Yeah.
So it goes. And
Do you like that? Do you like that?
I would have
choice?
just swung in and see if he's gonna block, because next turn he.
Yeah, I mean, I know why he did it. It's because he drew Spell Snare. So being able to keep Bolt and Spell Snare up is better than being able to just play Lightning Helix. But
True.
if you didn't have the Spell Snare, you probably should have Helix because it's more mana efficient and it doesn't fall to Spell Pierce that you've seen has come out of your opponent's deck already.
Yep.
So getting in for another 2 down to 6.
Down to 6. So that's
I'm
interesting.
surprised.
Hey,
Jason-
Snapcaster going all the way, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised Jason hasn't. Look. So if you had gotten Dryad Arbor here, you go to
You would have
7.
just blocked,
You
right?
just block, and then you're now not dead to the you're quite obviously dead to your opponent's hand because your opponent still has. Oh, your opponent doesn't have a.
No, he's only got.
Yeah,
Lightning
but your opponent
Helix,
has
no, but he doesn't
Vendilion
get
Click
the-
into Lightning Helix.
Dude, he doesn't get the
Dryad Arbor?
Dryad Arbor. No, his deck doesn't run Dryad Arbor.
That's his. Oh,
Womp
okay,
womp.
okay.
So that's why.
Hmm.
Maybe if he
Okay.
did, that's what he
Yeah,
would
yeah.
have.
So anyways, I guess I have a vested interest here. I think that you should, might sound like I'm trying to sell cards, but Dryad Arbor really good in this situation.
Woo. All right, so he's just going to.
Are we back up, internet wise?
Yeah, it seems so. So let's start the stream again. Let's hope. Yeah, we are. Awesome.
Okay, we're back. You missed a little bit of magic in between.
Yeah.
Mainly Wilson attacking with his Ambush Viper. His $80 Ambush Viper. And he's playing Vendilion Click now. I don't think he needs to take anything because his opponent doesn't have any.
No, why do you take that? Dude, just leave it behind. Just leave
It's
it.
interesting. Yeah, so I think Jason's still drawing live because of that Vendilion Click.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he does top deck Glisten Elf.
Oh yeah, okay.
And now he has an entire array of spells at his disposal to protect it.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I don't think he's gonna go in for.
So he's
3.
gonna go to
It's just
4 and he's gonna
lightning
get
bolt him.
bolted. Yeah.
So that ends game 2. We hope you. Well, I don't think anybody will have stayed through the blackout over there. But
Yeah,
we'll get
unfortunate.
Chima to go
Look into the
advertise
internet.
again,
Yeah.
I like what he's using. Is he using an iPad?
I think it's like a
some
it's
form
like a
of
scribble
tablet, yeah.
board thing. Yeah. I've seen him use it before. It's very, very useful.
Do you have to like shake it to get rid of the?
I think so. I think you can. No, not that
It's
kind.
like one
yeah.
of the etch a
Shake-
sketch. Yeah?
Shake what?
Shake it like a Polaroid. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there are other things that there are other things that you have to shake to get rid of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To eggs. Oh man. All right. So Jason.
So
does
not
sideboard,
many
yeah.
changes, and this is something that I find very like what I would usually do in these situations is just side out 4 cards and put in the same 4 cards.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
You're
like
trying to be
the f-
tricky. Trying to be
Yeah,
tricky.
yeah. The fact that you're not changing anything, it's just lost value, I think, for you.
What do you think about let's say those players? I know a good habit is just to shuffle in like the 15 card sideboard
Yeah.
every time, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out 15 cards.
I definitely agree. I think you should do that, especially if you are playing a matchup that's known. So something like this, Jeskai control versus Infect. You know,
So
you
just
want
to keep your
to conceal the number of possible outs you have or possible differences to your game plan. So if you didn't have any, even if you had or didn't have any wild defiances, I think it behooves you to put all your cards in and take them out again.
Yeah. It
Sometimes
keeps
the
your
problem-
opponents on your toes. Yeah. So
Yeah,
make
yeah.
Sure,
I would
make sure that they.
actually, it's quite the opposite of keeping them on their toes. For the large majority of players, they probably won't even consider how many cards you're sideboarding in. It's for the games that you play against a particular person who is able to count number of cards that you have, and what you would be doing with them. So Jason looks to have a landlight hand, banking on this hierarch to survive, which is never a good thing
Yeah.
against a deck
this
full of
guy.
lightning bolts and removal spells. But truth be told, I think Jeskai only has lightning bolt and Path to Exile. So
On the first turn, and Path to Exile is not going to solve the problem. Lightning bolts will effectively put him down.
yeah. So Jason, and mutagenic growth doesn't do anything to help.
So deciding not
Yeah.
to lightning bolt there.
He's gonna path him in his upkeep, which is a smart move. But
Yep.
now enabling Jason to play a spell pierce.
Yes.
Oh, he
but
chooses not
chooses
to.
Not to. Okay, that's interesting.
Very interesting choice. I guess.
Do you think you just like leave it for leave
So
it for?
I
important
see
stuff
it.
to
I
protect
see it
one of
as it lets you play. It's better than a forest because it lets you play blue spells. It's better than a forest because it gives your guys
plus
extra
one,
power.
right?
Yeah. Not playing the spell pierce here. I don't know how many. Given that your hand is a blighted agent based hand, I don't know how many other turns you're gonna have where you can play that spell pierce profitably. Of course, he top decks a land.
Yeah,
So
if you draw a land, then, like,
that's fine. Yeah, this is a wonderful.
it's like yesterday we were having this discussion. I think Cass was trying to inform what's her name?
Felicia?
Yeah, Felicia.
Oh yeah.
On the right play to do. If you have this, and then we were saying, just at the end of the day, if you got burn from within, just like burn him in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Blighted
yeah,
Agent enters
playing
the battlefield.
that blighted agent out raw. I like
I would have
Jason's.
just stopped. Yeah, just
No, I
pass
like
the
Jason's
turn.
attitude here. Jason's thinking that because his opponent played Path to Exile as his first removal spell and not Lightning Bolt, it means he doesn't have Lightning Bolt.
Okay,
So
that's right.
very heads up play from Jason, inferring the right things in this situation. And yeah, does Jason
Swinging
go
forward.
all in? No, he doesn't. Because you could.
Does he try? I think you can.
You can actually afford to, but if he wanted to, no. Okay, so just getting in for the one. I think this is a waste. It's pretty obvious that your opponent doesn't have a 1 or 2 mana spell to interact.
Alright, but he just cast another Blighted
He's just gonna play another Blighted Agent. It's gonna fall so hard to a possible Anger of the Gods. And
no, but
you
he
see-
still got the Spell Pierce in hand, yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
still
yeah,
has that
so-
spell pierce.
Keeping it 1 blue mana.
Yeah,
just
unless it's a
keeping his-
volcanic fallout, which would be
you can't counter, right?
you can't counter that.
But you have the Mutagenic Growth in hand.
He does have Izzet Static Caster though, which is kind of a
that
beating
would
in
be-
this scenario.
That would be annoying.
So yeah, and Wilson, picking up the pace of his play very quickly after seeing the second Blighted Agent. I'm guessing he has some kind of
Does he have Volcanic Fallout though?
No, doesn't have fallout. He has a static caster and
Right,
explosives.
okay.
But I think if you tap up for explosives now, you get spell pierce and you just die.
Yes. Instant.
So
Instantly.
it's a game of chicken, It's just just waiting to see who is willing to pull the trigger. And static caster is great in that regard because it's kind of like a spell with buyback. or like
Alright.
rebound. It pings for one and then pings for one on the next turn. So you can often pass through your opponent's turn, and
just
then they
get
live in
in.
fear of removal. And then you wait to the end step, play your Statcaster, make him play something, and then untap and play something again.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right,
Wilson casting Serum Visions. I think drawing a Flooded Strand off that.
Yeah, Wilson leaving the white
And-
mana up just to represent. Maybe he's gonna
Yeah.
have to exile.
I think
Waiting for-
Jason with the Apostle's Blessing should go for it here.
Yeah,
I think he's going to do that.
just gonna
He's going to play
play
Mutagenic
some
Growth.
life for Mutagenic Growth. Go down 16. Going down to 13. How did that happen?
Yeah, I think he just paid one life too many. But
might be from the previous turns though.
okay, just getting in for
three
another
damage
4.
from.
4 Infect.
Okay, this is.
Yeah.
Does he have the pump spells? That's
So the Twisted Image also doubles up against the Izzet Staticaster.
Oh yeah, that helps to.
So he does have that kind of recourse, which is actually will be pretty decent in this scenario. And we're
Interesting.
back up to 10 viewers.
Hey, welcome. Hello, everyone. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. There was a little blackout just now. But
Yeah, we can
not
catch
to
all
worry
the
about it.
coverage on our YouTube channel anyway, so you
Yep.
don't have to worry too much about that. Yeah, I think Jason played his hand pretty well. He doesn't have enough of the
He doesn't have
cheap
any
spells to be able to go for it.
But he has some protection, and he has the Vines of Vastwood, which he can fire off.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So Wilson having a bit of a thing here, playing the Anger of the Gods,
but
running
he's
straight into a Spell Pierce, and I think that's gonna be game for.
Is that
for
game? No,
Wilson.
it's not. He's not done yet. Oh, Vines of
Because
Vastwood. That's a
he
plus
has-
4. Yeah.
he has
plus
a
4.
Finds a Vastwood in his hand. When his opponent with only 1 mana left, there isn't really too much Jason has to be afraid of, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna play Vines.
He's gonna pump.
Gonna
keep
go
the
to
Vines
4,
of
yeah,
Vastwood, and
and
that's
that's
it.
the game. So very quick games on camera, quite unlike our Wednesday nights.
Very quick and very efficient.
Yeah, very efficiently dispatched. Could be quite a quick afternoon for us if everything continues at this
That'll
pace.
be nice. That'll be nice for once that we can actually end the tournament before 11 o'clock at night. All right, so thanks for joining us. Jason takes the game 2-1 against Wilson. We'll see a new game lined up soon. But before we go, we're just going to leave you with some replays of our Wednesday night matches, which are very entertaining, I think. But before we go, just to remind you that we also do other shows. On Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights, we do the standard, modern, and vintage playtest. You can find all the details in the descriptions below. And also, you can go get updates, okay? Because we also do streams on the weekends like this. And you can get updates on the Facebook page. Just follow the Facebook page, or you can view the past replays on our YouTube page. And finally, last but not least, you can also take a look at our partners. They are the Power 9 podcast. I am one of the hosts. And just give them a listen. This week we talk about kids and how they are important to the game and how we should treat them. Alright, we'll bring you to a replay. We'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. Round 3 is coming up in about half an hour's